Today on the channel, I come to you from the future, depending when you're watching this, but from the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian assortment, we've got Ahsoka Tano, we've got the Client, and we've got the Death Watch Mandalorian. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Star Wars Black Series unboxing and review. And today, from the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian, we've got the Mandalorian Death Watch, we've got the Client, and we've got Ahsoka Tano. But for all your Star Wars needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. And much like the Bad Batch characters, it seems Kyle stepped into a wormhole right into the future, May of 2023 to be exact, and found these on his toy hunt out in Nebraska in February 2022. So very, very strange to find these hitting stores when they're supposed to be here about a year and a half from now. I think that's a mess up. I just don't understand that. My brain does not comprehend what's going on there. But it could be one of those things where a few are going to slip out and then there's going to be a long wait. Or it could be, like I believe it to be, sometime in the next 3 months, these will be hitting fairly regularly out there. I think that is the case, but I'm not exactly sure about the May 2023 timeframe. But Hasbro said it, so I don't know what's going on exactly. But we're very familiar with these Black Series type figures. The beautiful packaging, and I do save the packaging for my Mandalorian one. I got the mural I'm slowly building, and I'll include these in there. Not keeping the packaging on all of them, but these three I will be keeping for those of you keeping track at home. And also for you keeping track at home, we're going to do this review and unboxing like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. So let's start it off with Ahsoka. See what she's up to right there. There she is in the packaging. Very, very cool. Now, we've gotten a few of her over the last couple of years. We got the Rebels version, of course. We got the Clone Wars version, and now the Mandalorian version. So she is no stranger to the Black Series at this point, but a very popular character. A lot of people are popular. They're happy to see her in the Mandalorian. And then, of course, she is getting her own show on Disney Plus sometime 2022, so stay tuned for that. Star Wars Black Series up top, the Mandalorian band in orange. Nothing too fun there. There's that mural shot right there. And, of course, there is the back. We got the blurb, we got the warning, stuff nobody cares about, Star Wars Black Series, and a little glamour shot action. Let's see what it says right here. A Clone Wars veteran and now wandering Jedi, Ahsoka Tano forges her own path in the galaxy, righting injustices that she discovers. So I gotta assume that's going to be probably part of her story in her show, upcoming, like I said, on Disney Plus. So there it is. See you later off to the side. See you later off to the side. See you later off to the side. There it all goes. And there she is in the old plastic prison. She got her lightsabers there. A nice frosty lightsaber color there. A little different than some of the other ones. Let's pull her out, see what's doing here. The lightsaber. They are taped in for those keeping track at home. See you later off to the side. There it goes. Let's start with these lightsabers. Now, we all know she has two. That's kind of her claim to fame, of course. A nice hilt on them with a nice curve that we're used to. Even the littler one has a little curve, but a nice frosty color here. It almost reminds me of that old school Gatorade color. Was it Gatorade Frost or, I don't know, whatever. Old school Gatorade from back in the day. Just very, very interesting lightsabers. Now, we've seen it before. Got the silver on the bottom. We'll compare it to some of her other figures in this video, as we always do as well, so stay tuned for that. We got two lightsabers. She wouldn't be home without her two lightsabers. They do have the little holes on the side. And yes, she does have the spots where she can hang those off her body. If you are so inclined, they will fit on her like so, as we've seen that in the past before. But let's take a look at the figure itself here. Man, oh man. So we got the articulation. Single jointed articulation, as we're accustomed to. Single in the legs as well. Single in the arms. The arms go tons of movement in the arms, of course, that we've seen before with some of the female figures, including her former figures. She's got a very mean, mug, and determined look on her face. It definitely represents an older version of the character, which is nice. You get the Clone Wars very young, Rebels a little older, and then you get the old lady version here from the Mandalorian. You know what I mean. But very tan skin tone color. She's like a young Hulk Hogan in the tanning bed, apparently, or she's on some very sunny planets. I believe a lot of new sculpting down here on the bottom, especially. She does have the big parachute pants going on like a young MC Hammer. Big wide here. You can see it. You got a lot of articulation, though, that can move. But very, very interesting. It does have the cords that drape down, which is a nice effect. But very, very regal, very Parachute Pants-esque. Like I said, very MC Hammer. She does have the toe shoes, kind of like the ninja toe shoes you'd almost see on Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe. She does have that going on. She does have the silver kind of, you know, leg guards here, almost like she's getting ready to play catcher position in baseball. She does have some of that, and then she does have wrapping on the backside. A little, I was going to say a little chest piece. That's kind of how it feels, but she does have a lot of movement to her. But very good coloring on her, very darker. I got the white, I was going to say face paint, because you know I love face paint, but not quite face paint. That's just her skin tone, but it looks like face paint. A few paint dings. I got a little ding right there on the back, unfortunately. Besides that, I don't see any problems. But a very, very good head sculpt on her. This does look good. I mean, this does really look good. Does she fit on a ringside collectible stand? Uh-oh, she might not. She might not be playing around. Oh, she fits. She fits. It takes a while. Good pivot on the ankles. You know, we don't have all the bells and whistles of the joints anymore with the Star Wars, but the ankles are always fairly good to move around. But they are sometimes tough, and this one is fighting me a little bit. But there she is. She stands right there. Of course, we got different versions. We got the Rebels version right here. Like I said, kind of, this is almost the mom version, like the young aunt version or something. And then you got the more Clone Wars child version. So, very interesting. I guess they're about the same height. This one's just a hair taller than the other two, I would say. It's interesting, the colors of her lightsabers changing over the years, and I don't know, maybe there's some psychological aspect to that, you know, your colors, you know, blue, you're young and chipper, you're a go-getter, and then your light turns to light blue because things are starting to fade in your life, and now you're totally cloudy as you're clouded with judgment. It could be a psychological thing, who knows, but that could be the case with her. But this one's a little loose on her leg. I didn't notice that before. A little loose. But all in all, a very solid figure. I got to imagine a lot of people are going to be looking for this one. This is going to be a popular one for the people. For the people, of course. But very, very good. So I rate this one very high. I like it a lot. I think it's a must-have in my collection and probably yours. So let's do another one. Let's take a look at, we'll go in number order. Number 20, The Client. All right, next up from the Mandalorian collection, we've got The Client. And my gut tells me the peg warmer of the bunch, when you include the Mandalorian figures and the Bad Batch, I gotta think he's gonna be the least desirable. Stranger things have happened, but let's see what happens here in the future, whenever the future is. Mandalorian, The Client, of course. He's got his ice cream maker, because you guys know old people love ice cream. We all know that. And actually, the #1 ice cream that I've heard The Client really does prefer, butter pecan. Yes, butter pecan, the favorite ice cream of old people everywhere. You know, look it up. It's true. But he does come with, I believe, Beskar. I believe that's what that is. And it looks like a communicator. No weapons that I see unless he's hiding something under that coat, but we'll find out when we get him out of the package. Star Wars Black Series, all that kind of fun stuff. Nothing too fun there. There's that mural. We love the mural, of course. Looking like an old man. Just looking real good right there. You know, on the back, we got the warnings, all the blurbs down here. And then, of course, the plastic prison. No, we got the blurb right there. Star Wars Black Series. And then we got the glamour shot of The Client. So let's get him out of the package. Let's see what's doing in here. Let's see what's going on with this Client. See you later off to the side. See you later off to the side. And then the plastic prison. There he is in his full glory with ice cream maker. Let's pop him out. Pop, pop. Pop the ice cream maker out. Pop out the communicator. And see you later. Goodbye off to the side. All right, put him to the side. Let's take a look at this. And we got 2 chunks of Beskar. I believe, it's been a while since I've seen the episode. Didn't he get the Beskar for hunting down and getting Grogu and bringing him back? I believe that's what this represents right here. And then I believe we've seen this before, but it's a little communicator thing. I'm fairly certain. And I think we've seen this before. I can't remember where, but I feel like we've seen it. But nice silver little antenna, a little red dot on it. So, you know, press the button. Maybe it's an ice cream maker. Maybe it's a bomb. Have you seen the Book of Boba Fett? Bomb. You never know what's going on here. Could be ice cream. Could be a bomb. Could be a place for credits. Looks very good, though. Nice white to it with little silver gray on the side. It is articulated here. Yes, it is. So the sides do pop out on this one, which is pretty. Uh-oh, I got a little heavy duty there. They do pop out, so you got to be careful. Oh, I think it might have broke. It did. I think it broke. So you got to be careful here. They do pop out, but man, that is a very light on the side there. But they do fold out. Of course, you can hide your best car in here, I believe. That's what they're probably for. Yes, of course. Fold it right up. And then you got the communicator, which I am going to put right in the top and store in there because that communicator is a very, very small piece. I could see people losing it, especially kids. So you want to put all that stuff in here. You won't lose it that way. That's at least my plan. But very good ice cream maker as an accessory. But I was hoping for a little pistol or something like that. But let's look at the client here. First thing I notice is his head. His head gives me that Emperor Palpatine feel. I mean, I don't know if I'm just classifying old men together, but he does have an old Emperor Palpatine feel to him. So you got the kind of big 5 head going on and kind of the receding hairline. He does have the old school Arn Anderson Galoob wrestling figure bald spot on the back, so he's rocking that with a lot of pride, I can see. Head moves all around, up, down, all around, all kinds of movement on that head. Then we get to the arms, single jointed elbows, no double jointed elbows here. The wrists do move, of course. A little bit, you can get side to side, but it is the cufflinks on the coat. Nice brown to kind of match the fur at the top to really make a difference here, but it is a little limited in the hand department. He does have a nice coat going on. He does have the thigh swivel. He does have the waist swivel. He does have the boot swivel. Yeah, he's got knee swivel and then single jointed knees. And then you got good articulation on the feet here, which sometimes they are frozen, as we've discussed in the past. A very Han Solo-esque look to him on the bottom half. Han Solo, just a fashionista. What can we say about him? The big coat here is very good. No holster, no weapons, none of that going on, so he doesn't have a weapon to him. He's got the nice little chain across here. Very regal looking for this old guy. And then he does have a medal. It looks almost like a Yavin medal, and I don't remember that from the Mandalorian episode, but he must have had it, or else why would they put it on here? But I believe, if I'm correct, somebody can fact check this. I believe he won the high beams back in the Star Wars Olympics way back in the 60s. I'm not 100% positive there, but I believe that was the case, so somebody fact check that. But he does got a lot of articulation for an old man, and of course he did win the high beam Olympics back in the day. So he's very proud of his medal. He wears it everywhere he goes, it seems to be. And I guess if I won a gold medal, maybe I would. I probably wouldn't. I'd put it in a safe somewhere. It almost reminds me of UFC champion Tim Sylvia way back in the day. He'd be around town. He'd wear that belt everywhere. He'd be grocery shopping. He'd have that belt on at all times. He'd go to Hooters and he'd get his wings and he'd have the belt on. That thing never left his body. And I guess he's a little bit of that with his medal here too. He just wears it all the time. But does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? I'm sure he will. There it is. So very good. He fits the best of any of ones we've seen so far. A very good figure for what it is. Like I said, I do think this will be kind of the peg warmer of the bunch. There's always one that doesn't just fly off the shelves. And I got to think, there's not a lot of people, kids out there especially, that are looking for an old man on their shelf with his ice cream maker and his gold medal. But who knows? Stranger things have happened. We've seen it before. But a very, very solid version of the client. A bit of a deep cut in the Mandalorian, but I'm just happy to get all the figures for the Mandalorian, as you are probably as well if you're watching this video. So there's the client. Now we got to turn our last one over here. We're at number 21, the Mandalorian Death Watch. All right, the third and final piece of the Mandalorian puzzle in this unboxing here is the Death Watch Mandalorian. Mandalorian Death Watch Mandalorian. Death Watch Mandalorian, I guess is the way you say it properly. The third and final one here of another strong Mandalorian wave. Everybody loves the Mandalorian madness, sweeping the nation still to this day, especially with the Book of Boba Fett, getting those Mandalorian feelings going again. So, very interesting with this old Death Watch Mandalorian. Kids love Mandalorians, adults love Mandalorians. I think this will be a very, very good seller out on the pegs. We could see some army building with this one as well. So this will be a hard one to find out there. But he looks like a Mandalorian in there. He looks a lot like a Boba Fett or any of the other Mandalorians with a different hinge of color to him, stuff like that, to set him apart. And he is a Death Watch Mandalorian. Very Mandalorian-esque gun. Very similar to Boba Fett back in the day, of course. I got his name down there, the familiar orange Mandalorian band. Nothing fun there. And then the glamour shot on the side. Very, very cool looking glamour shot there. He looks like a guy that's trouble. He looks like a tough dude. And the back, you've got all the warnings, all that. UPC's down below here, of course. We got the blurb we'll read here, Star Wars Black Series, and then that glamour shot once again. Let's see what it says about the old Death Watch Mandalorian. An extremist clan that attempted to take over Mandalore during the Clone Wars, the Death Watch Mandalorians are tenacious warriors embracing the ancient traditions of their people, as they should. Good for them. Good for them. So let's pull him out. How about, we'll go all over the top. See you later. Over there. There it goes. The double plastic prison, of course, on the old Death Watch Mandalorian. There it is. And see you later. Whoa, we threw it all out there. There it goes. Pop that out. We got a little tape action going on. Pull it out. And pull him out. See you later. Goodbye. Backpack came off. Let me put that back in. There it is. All right, we got a little tape. We'll put that off to the side. Bam, there it is. All right, we get the nice Mandalorian blaster here. I guess this is different than what we've seen before. No other colors on it but black. Got a nice scope on the top. We got the handle. Got 2 hands to hold this bad boy. Definitely something different. So I always like it when we get a different weapon. Definitely a different look to it. So very cool. And then we get a little blaster here. Now I think this is the same blaster we've seen with Bo-Katan, for example. A little bit different color to it, maybe not. Maybe about the same. But you get the brown handle, you get the silver gun. It goes there. It should holster on him somewhere, I would imagine. And of course it does. Right on the side, he's got a holster that we can put that into. It's one of those holsters, got the pin on the side, so you can move that out and you put it right in there. As always, I like to be able to store all my weapons. That's what I love about G.I. Joe Classified, for example. 99.99% of all the weapons can be stored on the figure, because I don't want baggies and things getting mixed up, and I'm sure like a lot of you guys out there as well. Now let's take a look at this Death Watch guy. Looks very, very cool. He looks mean. He looks intimidating. I really do like the blue. It almost looks like something you'd see, they'd say, oh, it's a prototype version of Boba Fett. We're selling a figure, which was white, of course, but it almost looks like something along those lines. A nice blue to it with a nice kind of whitish silver going on. You get the Death Watch logo on the shoulder guard. Just really good. And then, of course, from the top, people would say, oh, that looks just like Boba Fett, because, you know, Mandalorian, all that kind of stuff. He does have his antenna on the top. It is not movable. So he does have the classic antenna up there. Nice holder on the side, very gunslinger-esque. Of course, we got the knees. We got the graphics down there on the knee pads. And then you get the legs that move side to side, of course. Then the single-jointed knees, but a lot of good movement on that single-jointed knees. Of course, the traditional ankle pivots going on. You get the thigh swivel right there. We get waist, a very tight waist, but it does move. And then, of course, the head, round and round, all around. The mask is not removable. We cannot see his face or her face. Who knows? Who knows who it could be? Shoulders are going to be interesting, but very much like the Bad Batch figures, they do move with the figure. I do like that. You know, sometimes we see limited articulation that limits the arm movement. Not here. It plays along with the arm. It follows the arm. Got good little communicator stuff. You know, this could be shooting weapons, or it could be shooting flames. It could be shooting, you know, balls. It could be shooting all kinds of stuff out of there. And then this one's got a little keypad on it, so he could be, you know, doing a little doodling right there on his arm too, doing whatever he needs to do. Just really good paint apps on this. And then below the blue armor, you got a nice gray kind of vest, and then the purple pants, the purple shirt. Really the cool color combination on this one. Very, very cool. I like it a lot. The backpack is removable. We've seen these backpacks before. You get a little bit of movement down here on the bottom on these pegs. Once again, like we've seen Boba Fett in the back where you could plug this in with blasters and stuff. So it is getting your reuse, nice silver and blue. Very 70s blue, I would say. I think I'm right in my years on that. Wasn't alive in the 70s, so I'm not totally sure. But very, very good looking Death Watch Mandalorian figure. I like this one a lot. I'm a sucker for a Mandalorian. I was a sucker for Boba Fett back in the day. He had so little screen time, but he was so mysterious. Well, a lot of that mystery is gone now, but I think a lot of that is transferred over to Mandalorian love. So that equals out to these figures that people are wanting Mandalorian figures. They're wanting Mandalorian army builders. I get it. I understand it. Does he fit on a ringside stand? I am sure he will. He fits like an absolute glove right there. Looks beautiful. I did grab a few other Mandalorians. This was, what was this? The Walmart Clone Wars Mandalorian exclusive. This was a little harder to get, I thought. I think that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings, found this one for me back in the day. We got Bo-Katan and Casca Reeves as well. A few other Mandalorians, really building out that Mandalorian world in the Mandalorian. Go figure. That's the way it goes, I guess. Go figure. But very, very solid figure of the Death Watch Mandalorian. I like it a lot. I would not be opposed to finding one more of these. Hopefully in 2023, when that finally rolls around, I'll be able to find another one. Or like I said at the top of the video, I have a feeling these will be out in the next couple of months. But I guess you never know. It's been definitely strange times. We got Ahsoka there. We got the Client. I think that's my order, 1, 2, and 3. The Client, there's nothing too wrong. It's just an old guy. There's not a lot to this one. Maybe some people will skip on this Ahsoka. I don't think they will, though. I think she's such a popular character. I think people will buy every single one of her they find. And I think this Death Watch Mandalorian, people are going to want to army build this bad boy. So I think this will be a very hard one to find. So a very, very strong set that I think will be very popular with a lot of collectors. So buckle in. Like I always say, pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store. At least you guarantee to get it sometime. If you find it beforehand, great. If not, at least you're going to get it that way. Always interesting with these Star Wars. One of the most frustrating lines as a collector, from where I sit, as you guys know, right here at this table. So there it is. There's The Mandalorian 3. What are your thoughts on these? What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? Are you picking these up? Are you planning a trip into the future to get these soon? Let me know in the comments down below. And then, of course, you made it this far. Give the video the old thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. We're unboxing a ton of Star Wars. We unboxed a Star Wars video every single day of last year. Go check those out if you missed them. And we got all kinds of other stuff on the channel as well. So I'd love to have you to subscribe. So subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share the video as well. And then social media, SirPaul64 is where you'll find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel. Search Kyle Peterson. So for The Mandalorian, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.